It really ain't about us, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, cause my father, like I said, my father went down, so I think that made me be a better father, you know what I mean? Even though I know mentally went out, you feel me? But I always took care of my kids, you know what I mean? But I can't really get no good advice because at some point I'm still broken, you know what I mean? Like I got a little friend now, you know what I mean? She understands, you know what I mean? I don't know if she been broken, but you know, she got patient with me, so you know what I mean? Like I'm still slowly progressing, you know what I mean? Like I just had a baby, you feel me? Like still broken, you know what I mean? Me and her mama, you know what I mean? It ain't what it is, but I still do for my kids though. Even though I went mentally down with them, you know what I mean, the mamas, but I still do for mine, you know what I mean? I can't get advice because I'm still working myself.
But you know what? I tell everybody, it's easy to take the negative out of something. But the positivity about it that I get out of what you were saying is that you recognize that there is an issue. That is to be commended. And I appreciate that.
Really, it's a change.
I definitely appreciate that. But to piggyback over what you're saying, if you know you're broken, why don't you step back aside? And I know it's kind of too late because, everybody got their needs, dudes need, God made man for woman for man, whatever, however. But why didn't you think about just taking some time out for yourself and healing yourself? Because it's going to be another cycle in this relationship as well. And then when you bring kids in it, these kids are observing everything that we do. They see when you and dad, you and mom might not be on the same time, then they hear us. When you think they're asleep and you put them in their room, they hear you guys arguing. They see you slamming the door. They see mommy like, fuck this nigga, I ain't making no dinner for his ass, or I ain't washing his clothes, things like that. So, I just say, sometimes like broke people and hurt people break other people, and sometimes that female or that male might not be broken, but then because you are, then you put extra stuff on that person. But I do appreciate that comment. I do. We're gonna go ahead on with Mr. Eli. Could you please state your status so we'll know where you're coming from?
I'm single as of now, but it's to the fact that it's complicated. It's complicated to the fact that this is the woman I want to make my wife one day. So it's complicated. She's better than her and I'm better than me, and that she's still my best friend. We ain't together, but she's still my best friend. So I'm single though. But
You is?
No, I'm just keeping it real though. Like I'm a queen. So what's up?
So how do you feel? So I mean, as far as father, what does father or set off in your mind when you hear that word?
Father, man. Just starting out, man. Like, be real. Like, I ain't like. I grew up with both of my parents in my house. You feel what I'm saying? And it was a blessing. And it still is a blessing. Like, they still on this earth. Like, I almost lost my mama last year. You see what I'm saying? Then she had a tumor in the head, a brain tumor tumor in the brain, but she did a whole 360, like all that, like that's a blessing. So when when I look at to the fact that both of them still here, it's like always it's a blessing. And like for my father, people know me by sports. I won't be playing sports for him. When I was young, even the years I didn't want to play ball, like he gonna get me, you know what I'm saying? He been around me all. My parents been around me all my life, from recreation to middle school to high school to college. All the accolades I got in college, like I tell people when I'm at work, they be like, oh man, you don't play no baseball? Google me. You know what I'm saying? Google me. But I owe it to them though. You see what I'm saying? But I can't talk about my father and not talk about mom, and not talk about my mom, and I can't talk about my mother and not talk about my father. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like they showed me things, and I took and I took the good things out of them. Like everybody got a good, everybody got a bad. And it's you just choose what you gonna channel. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like what you gonna put out, what you gonna give out. Right. And I just chose to see the good in him. I just chose to see the good in her. You know what I'm saying? And I took that because my mom is. See, me and my brothers when we was young, like I seen her give her last. I seen her give her last. Right. So now when it comes to me to this day, it's nothing for me if I got it and I ain't look. If I got it and you say you need it, if I got it and I can give it to you and I'm gonna be good, you got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to me to get my last. And then when it comes to my father, my father didn't meet his dad. Okay, it's how I was born in Macon, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I was born in Macon, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the Mac town. Right. I was raised here on the south side of Clayco. I was raised on the south side of Clayco. First on Tier, then we moved to Old Dixie. You know what I'm saying? I was on Red Road, but just with, you know, just for the people who I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? But it's to the fact, my father didn't meet his dad. My dad from Vine City. All my auntie, they went to Washington High School. You know what I'm saying? They went to Washington High School. You know what I'm saying? He graduated in 80. He graduated in 80. They call him Hollywood Lil. They could graduate in 80. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I went to his, his high school homecomings. Mm-hmm. And the thing I love about they still motherfucking together. Like they still living that life. Yeah. But it's the real love. But going back, my father didn't meet his father till I was in kindergarten. My dad was past 30 something. The first time he met his father. Mm-hmm. The first time he ever met. And guess what? My father on this chain, my grandfather on this chain right here, on both sides. And that's my life. He was the one I went to the fact that, man, like, he used to go, like, far as, he was on the street, he was on drugs, got shot, got stabbed up, all that. I used to skip church just because it was a church connected to a homeless shelter where we used to go to when I was younger. I used to walk out of church just to go to him. Mm. Look, tell me so many stories till we grew, man, and like, the people think, boy, you got a good heart, you this, you that, bro, it wouldn't be nothing for my grandfather. Right. And I met him when I was in kindergarten. That man used to walk me I'll never forget, he used to walk me to my bus stop. My grandfather walked me to bus. The first year my dad met his father, he used to walk me to my bus stop every single morning. Mm. And I'll never forget that. Mm. Like, that's my dog. Like, you know, I'm about to, I don't want to talk about it, but it's just like, that is my, like, real, like, that's my dog. And he used to tell me so many stories, to the fact that the negative stuff that he done went through, as far as drugs, getting stabbed, getting shot, being in this situation. And I was young, I was in elementary school. I took that though, but I turned into a different, and he used to always put his belief in me. That's why look, when people, well, you so positive, it's that man right there. Yeah, it's that man right there. Like, but you love so hard. Yeah. My granddaddy loved me so hard. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's so deep, like, man, like real. That shit. So I got a picture on my wall, man. I look at my grandfather every day. He died. My grandfather from Miami, Florida. Mm-hmm. My dad was raised in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Man, and it's like, bro, and man, it's so deep. So when it comes to my father, it's just to the fact, my dad didn't meet his dad I had both of my parents. My dad didn't meet his dad till he was 30 something. You know what I'm saying? The first time you meet your daddy, he didn't meet his dad till 30 something. But I got both of my parents in the household, and to be real, when it's levels of things. You feel what I'm saying? It's levels of a lot of things. Like, that's how I look at it. And it's like, when it came to love, I never seen my mom and my dad kiss. I never seen my mom and my dad show affection. I never seen that. But I've been in the house with them since they showed me how to get through the life when it came to struggle. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to like some certain stuff I wanted, like for certain stuff I wanted to be when I grow up, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. And I want to show my kids love. What I couldn't get that from them. Cause I never seen them. I never seen my mom and my father kiss. I'm 29 years old.
So let me ask you something, honey. Not to cut you off, just to interject.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you consider yourself affectionate?
Of course. It's just like we were just saying, like I just said, turn the negative into a positive. Of course. If I didn't see, I'm gonna tell you how I got really affectionate when it came to women. You know what I'm saying? Movies. I'm gonna be real. I love looking at love movies. Okay. Yeah. You know, put me on game.
Right.
I was getting put down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On some real game. Okay. Then how I'm supposed to call. But look though, I'm young though. I'm young. Okay. Let me see how this girl. Okay. Let me see how these guys talk to this girl. Okay. That's what you gotta say. That's why you gotta put it. Okay. Cause I can't see that in my household, huh?
You had to find it somewhere.
I had to find it somewhere, or looking up to the one, like, or looking up to the people who was married and how they was showing their woman, like not my mother and my father, but don't get me wrong, they showed me and my brother love. But when it came to them, I didn't see that. So when it came to my uncles, my auntie, let me see how I paid attention. It's just observing. I paid attention to things. Like, damn, man. You know, OG cool as hell, but he loving his woman so hard. That's what I want. He loving their kids so hard. That's what I want. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want that shit. Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids and show them. I'm 20. I ain't got no kids yet. You see what I'm saying? But it's on the way. I know that for a fact. And when they on the way, I'm going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna have the best daddy in the world, and you gonna see your mother and your father grow up in the same household. Right. You gonna see us grow up together, showing love, home. Like I don't want. You gotta understand. Like I was at the fact that that's all I was seeing, home. Like cousins, friends, you in your household, you growing up to no love. Like it was love, but when it came to what you call it, affection. Yeah. One that, like, hey, I got cousins and friends, one that. So it's just like breaking generational curses. Yeah. That's all it is. Breaking generational. And look, I'm so stoned on that right now, home. Into the fact that I'm graduating college. I got kids. I got cousins that graduate, about to go to college, graduating college. You know what I'm saying? And that, you don't know, it make me feel so good, man. To see that. It made me feel, I got a little girl cousin hit me up. I mean, when I graduated college in 2014, I look up, you know how good that made me feel? Yeah. Regardless, you know how good that.
You doing better now, she want to do the same.
Man, I don't know, on her way to college, entrepreneur. About to do her.
Somebody always watching. Always.
That's what I tell people, and
these children watching that, bro.
That's why I always took it. And then, like, people, I played ball. I played ball in school. Like I said, you can Google me, but forget that. It's just like me putting what I got instilled into the kids, huh?
Right. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, and I know listening to what you're saying. So if you don't have that right path or an outline, you have to have the will and readiness in yourself to want more, to seek more, and to seek better. And to do better. I really agree with that. I really like that, Elijah. Thank you for that. Last but not least, before we go to our next question, what you feel about that, Black? Come on with it.
Took a minute.
Hey, the best for last, though. We always say the best for last.
Hey, y'all, I want to say, man, look, I respect every story y'all just told me. I appreciate that. I know a lot of times it's hard for men to express themselves. Right. And I'm one of them, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm gonna say it like this. What made me a father, first of all, I know what made me a great father. You know, my father was in my life. You know, for the ones who do know me. You know, right. He was a drug user. I had a stepfather, but he played his role for us, you know, paying bills and stuff like that. So I didn't see that love. Like you said, I didn't see my dad love my mother. My dad introduced my mother to drugs. And when I was young, I used to always say, you know, we were fucked up, we were poor as hell. We had hand-me-down clothes. You know, by me being the oldest sibling, everything came to me, then I had to pass it down to my two brothers. So what I used to say when I was young, if I ever have me a child, my child will never go through what I went through, right? Because I felt like I didn't want to see my daughter get stepped to no step dude. You feel what I'm saying? So as I got older, my daughter was born. Like, I was happy as fuck. When I tell you, man, you know when they say the child is born, right? You can't help them out so many days. Man, I went and bought one of them little, you know, what the little thing called you put on your chest? Yeah, man. But I had bro, when I say I had her within a week, now she had a funny made head, right? Yeah. So what I used to do, I bought a little skull, right? I put that head on, man. She was the cutest baby, boy. But nah, I say all that to say, I think my father not being up for me made me the man who I am today. You know, I'm a single father. I've been here with my daughter over 12 years now. No, maybe 13 years now. My daughter live with me. So, and I think with raising a daughter, in a way it taught me how to treat women. Because in the beginning, you know, I was running through them, you feel me?
Nation.
Smooth operator.
Black Jesus.
Smut baby.
But no, as my daughter got older, I noticed she started paying attention to things. You feel what I'm saying? So one thing I wanted her to see was a working man. I always told my daughter, you ain't gotta want for no man. I'm a provider. You know, a lot of guys these days like to use nice cars, you know, jewelry, money. She see all that, you feel me? But what I instilled in her, I always work for what you want. Right now she's 17.
Big fat, bro.
She's selling candy grapes.
She doing good.
She's
Hustling, entrepreneur.
You feel what I'm saying?
Hustle.
And you know what's crazy? My daughter came to me last week.
Shout out to Juju.
Oh yeah, she came to me last week. And she tried to give me $50, right? I'm like, what that for? She like, for bills. And I'm like, nah, baby, keep your money. But I'm proud of her. One, because she following me. You feel what I'm saying?
Big, bro.
So I think, just to jump back to what I was saying about my dad, not trying to put him down, but he wasn't there for me. I think by him not being there made me the man who I am. You feel me? I seen the drug use. I seen him living with his mom. My dad never owned a car, never had his own spot. He didn't meet my daughter till my daughter was 12. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, it took me a long time to forgive him. And you know, he passed when he passed. Matter of fact, my brother died October 9th, 2018. My dad died 3 days later. He OD'd on heroin. You feel me? So when he died, I couldn't feel nothing because he was like a stranger. You feel me? But before he passed, when I did see him,
Your favorite line.
he always tell me, you know, I'm proud of you. But I couldn't get past how he treated us. You feel what I'm saying? But to make a long story short, I think that made me a great father. You know, the things he didn't do, I had to do. And to get on my stepfather, like I said, he was a good man, but he wasn't showing that love to us. My stepfather had 2 daughters that lived in Augusta. And one thing I said I'd never do, my stepfather made sure we was good before his blood kids. And I said if I ever get with a woman, I'd never take care of her kids before my daughter. It's gonna be equal, but I'd never take care of another woman's kids than my own daughter.
I can't use my daughter. I can't use
Came from your blood. That's your blood, yo. That's real.
So I appreciate that, and the things that the positivity things that I took out of that was was you broke that curse. You broke that cycle, and that's really good. That's really good. And everybody commented really good, and I appreciate that. And I learned a lot from you guys. And I hope this was a token or a time for you guys to learn from each other.
Yeah, always. Just learning experience.
It's over.
Yeah.
I'm book.
This, you know, that's what us as black people need to do instead of tearing each other down. Because I know as a females we are a little bit more catty, so we would tear each other down a lot more quicker than you guys. I think you guys have basketball, you have sports to something to break the ice, and I think that's really good. If you guys can't connect with nothing else, even if you guys don't really like each other, sports will bring you guys together, and I think that is real great. Oh my God.
We are sports. Yeah.
That's great. So we're gonna wrap this up. I hope everybody out there that watched our channel today enjoyed it and can learn from it. And I think we're just gonna be out. Thank y'all.